Hello everyone, it's SpawnPoiint and these are the best new games releasing this month that you don't want to miss. And we've got everything from big name shooters to weird and wonderful indies, so whether you're into racing, RPGs or just want something free to play, I've got you covered. And kicking today's video off, we have Where Winds Meet, which looks incredible. And that's not just because it's a huge open world action adventure RPG, but it's also going to be completely free to play. So it's set in ancient China where you play as this young swordsman caught in political chaos. But the best thing is the freedom. You'll get to explore the open world, climb, glide, go anywhere, fight anyone, and basically become whoever you want to be. It mixes martial art combat with this stunning looking world, which has branching stories, side quests, and random villagers that you can help. In fact, the devs have said there are more than 10,000 NPCs, so it should make everywhere feel alive. Also, from the gameplay we've seen already, the combat looks pretty slick and cinematic. And don't forget, as mentioned, the entire game is going to be free, which for a game that looks as good as this has genuinely really surprised me. So, Where Winds Meet drops on November 14th on PS5 and PC. Okay, and hear me out for a second, but Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is out this month. Now, I know it's getting a huge mixed reaction online, especially from the noise of the Battlefield 6 players, but you know what? If you're a COD fan through and through, you don't like Battlefield, or you just want to play both, it's alright to be excited by this. So this year, we are back with another Black Ops installment, which follows on from the story of Black Ops 2. It's set in 2035, so 10 years after that, and 40 years after Black Ops 6. It's confusing, I know. But visually, it looks very different to what we've been playing in recent years. Expect more robots, advanced tech, and wall running. But let's be honest, most of us play these games for the multiplayer, not the campaign. Although saying that, you will be able to play this campaign in co-op mode with up to 4 players. And that is definitely something that has my interest this year, as it will be awesome to play the story with my mates. But then there's the multiplayer, which will be launching with 18 new maps, the same game modes that we're used to, and some newer, larger scale objective-based modes as well. We've got the same wall jumping, grapples and boost jumps are there, which is something you'll either love or hate, but it still feels and looks like a COD game, if that makes sense. And finally, zombies are back again. This is the classic round-based zombies following on from the storyline in the previous games, but basically whether you're here for the story, multiplayer or zombies, Black Ops 7 does release on November 14th, and that's going to be on the PS4, PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Oh, and if you're on Game Pass, it's included day one on that. And Stalker 2 Heart of Chornobyl is finally coming to PS5 in November, and this one has definitely been worth the wait. So it's already out on PC and Xbox, they got this last year, but for PlayStation players, this is going to be your first taste of the zone. It's brutal, it's eerie, and it's kind of beautiful at the same time. If you like your post-apocalyptic type games and these vast open lands, very few human interactions, and the sense that you might get lost out here, this looks perfect for you. So it's set in a radioactive wasteland known as the Zone, packed with mutants, anomalies, and desperate survivors, and it's up to you to scavenge, shoot, and somehow stay alive out here. You've got to manage your hunger, try not to get radiation poisoning, and fight off the mercenaries. Now, I am a fan of these first-person survival type games, but it's the atmosphere that does it for me. It's given a perfect mix of survival horror and immersion, where every bullet actually counts and the quiet moments are more tense than the loud. So, Stalker 2 Heart of Chornobyl drops on PS5 on November 20th. And next up, for anyone who likes city building, strategy and a little bit of history, this one is right up your street, because Anno 117 Pax Romana is a brand new city building game based in ancient Rome. It lets you build cities, trade, build armies and manage politics, all while balancing resources, expanding and looking after your citizens. And this game looks stunning with detailed buildings, realistic environments and a strategy deep enough that every decision actually feels like it's making a difference. Now this is the 8th installment in the Anno series, and it's great to see that although this looks and feels primarily like a PC game, it will also be available on consoles at launch. So it's on PC November 12th and PS5 and Xbox Series on November 13th. And one that might have flown under your radar, we are getting a Deadpool game this month, and it is exactly what you would expect. It's violent, it's hilarious, and it looks ridiculous. So you play as Deadpool in full-on VR, running around, slashing enemies, and using his signature swords and guns in what can only be described as over-the-top combat. You can grab your guns from your holster, swords off your back, swing, shoot, and throw objects at enemies. It's also said to have mini-games, the usual Deadpool humour and personality, and plenty of the breaking the fourth wall jokes. Now, I got to play this briefly at Gamescom back in August, and I really enjoyed it. It's just a shame that it's limited to VR, as this would have made a brilliant standard game as well. So it drops on November 18th, and that'll be on Meta Quest 3 and 3S, and fingers crossed we get to see this on PSVR 2 as well. And here's a totally different one for you today. SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide is this fun, colourful and ridiculous game that you would expect from the series. Once again, you get to team up with SpongeBob, Patrick and the rest of the gang to take on a giant sea creature, solve puzzles and explore the glorious land of Bikini Bottom. Obviously, this is a bit of playful fun, but it blends platforming, light combat and puzzle solving, making it a perfect couch co-op game to smash out with your friends. It's also packed with those silly moments that the fans will love, and under the surface it's actually got some solid gameplay more than just another kids game. Now it's definitely one of those games that you can mess around with while taking a break between those bigger releases this month. So, SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide launches on November 18th, and that's going to be on the PS5, Xbox Series, PC and Switch. Then we've got Football Manager 2026, which kicks off this November, and if you've ever lost whole weekends to tactics screens and transfer negotiations, you already know what's coming. This year's version is said to take everything from the previous versions and fine-tune it. So we've got smarter AI, deeper scouting systems, and more control over how your team actually plays. It's one of those games that doesn't change everything at once, but tweaks it enough that you should notice a difference. Now I've never been a huge fan of this type of game, as I would rather play FIFA or EA Sports, but I totally get the appeal. So this is out already and it drops on November 4th on PS5, Xbox Series and PC. Okay, so we've had goats, bees and squirrels. Well, now we've got a pigeon simulator. Now, I nearly didn't include this in today's video because let's face it, how can this possibly be in the top 10? But I thought, why not? You're flying around open world cities, dive bombing pedestrians, stealing food and causing as much trouble as you can. There's also a 4-player co-op mode if you'd rather not play it single. And it looks dumb, but proper fun dumb if that makes sense. So yeah, I bet you didn't expect to see this in today's video. But if you fancy turning your brain off for a few hours, or you love those goat simulator type games, this one flies onto the PS5, Xbox Series and PC today. And here's one for the Switch 2 players, because Kirby Air Riders is getting the big comeback that we've been waiting nearly 2 decades for. We've got that high-speed, floaty racing from the GameCube classic Kirby Air Ride, but it's been completely rebuilt from the ground up. Now this new version adds full-on online multiplayer, a city trial mode that's bigger than before, and even a custom star builder where you can tweak your rides. So this is going to be perfect for chilling on the sofa or online races as those winter months roll in. And this drops exclusively on the Switch 2 on November 20th. And we've also got 2 racing games launching this month that I wanted to show you. If you enjoy games like Gran Turismo or GT7, these are great games to check out. First is RennSport, which actually launched back on the 10th. This is a sim racing game that's been in early access for a while, but now it is the real deal. There's a huge roster of cars, realistic physics, and from what we've seen so far, stunning visuals, especially the lighting and the track detail. I kind of see this as a modern rival to Assetto Corsa. But also this month we have Project Motor Racing dropping on November 25th. And this isn't just another arcade racer, this is a full-on racing sim game too. More than 70 licensed cars, including classic legends to the modern hypercars and real-world tracks. It's interesting actually to have 2 very similar games launching within a couple of weeks of each other, but I guess that means that car fans are eating well this month. And here are a couple of bonus games that didn't make the top 10 today. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment released on November 6th, which is exclusive to the Switch 2. If you're a Zelda fan, I guess you're probably already playing this today. Then we've got Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive, which is an action RPG which looks awesome with loads of parrying, combos and skill trees to master. It releases on November 24th on PC, but we don't yet have a date for PS5 and Xbox Series. And if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber, we've got these 3 new games which dropped on November 4th. That includes Stray, Tabs or Totally Accurate Battle Simulator, and WRC24. You'll have until December 1st to download them, and don't forget to add them to your library and they will remain there forever. Also tonight, which is November 11th, there is a State of Play over on the PlayStation YouTube channel if you want to check that out. Okay, well that wraps it up for November 2025. We've got shooters, racing, strategy and a pitching game this month, so there's got to be something here for everyone. For me, I'm secretly looking forward to Black Ops 7, mainly for the co-op mode and zombies this year. But I also want to play Anno 117 as well as Stalker 2. But what about you? Anything that you're really hyped for this month, or anything that I've missed? Or are you going to use November to catch up on that backlog of games? Now, drop a nice November games in the comments and I'll give you a thumbs up for staying right till the end. And if you did enjoy today's video, check out my PS Portal video next, as that covers the latest update that we've got for cloud streaming on the Portal. Well, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe and follow me everywhere. Until next time.